guys, it's Tracy with Stampin' Away with Tracy. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I want to show you this thank you card I made. I want to make it with you, show you how I did it and the measurements. And I just thought it would be something different to show a thank you card. I know everyone's working on Christmas cards probably, but you're going to need thank you cards after the holidays. So I thought I'd get a jump start. We are going to use the cable knit embossing folder. Now this is a new folder and it's much thicker than the other folders, so I like it because it's definitely durable. Now you have to open up your pad on your stamping pad on the Big Shot, and you only use one of the clear pads. Like you only use one of these, not two, just one. And it fits right in nicely and no problems at all. And I also used my Stitched Shapes framelits, which I love these. I show you all these on almost every video. They're one of my favorite tools. We're using Soft Seafoam, another one of my favorite colors. And we're using another Wonderful Year. I've used this, You're Invited. I did a video on the invitations I did for my church. I've done a lot with these. Got these on the sale. I really hadn't noticed this stamp set, and the sale kind of brought my attention to it, and I really like it. They're great sentiments, and you can really use this all year. So, I'm going to show you what we're going to make. I have Soft Seafoam, and I just cut my 8.5 and 11 by in half. This is 5 1/4. I'm sorry, yeah, 5 1/4, 5 1/2. So I cut it at 5 1/2, sorry, and then scored it at 4 1/4 on my Stampin' Up cutter. Love that cutter. Okay, this is 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I put it in my embossing folder like this, and I just closed it and I ran it through my Big Shot. I cut this out of Soft Seafoam. This is the largest of the oval stitched framelits, and then this, I just did the thank you on the smaller one. Now, I used the shimmery paper, and I really hope you can see that in the video. This is the first time I've used it. It really is shimmery. It is so delicate and pretty. I really like it. And that's what I used here for the cable knit too. So it has a little shimmery. I like that for sending thank you cards. You'll know how much I love my Wink of Stella. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all something else that I did on this card. I hope you can see. I'm just going to go around the edge with the Wink of Stella really quickly. Just to add a little touch. You probably cannot see that on the video, but this just adds a little extra layer that I really like on my cards. It doesn't cost much. It doesn't take much time or effort. You just put a little bit of shimmery right on the edge, and it just adds a lot. I'm actually going to do it on both the Soft Seafoam. I want you all to make sure you can see this. Soft Seafoam, I'm going to go around it really quick. Doesn't take much time. It's very simple. Lots of texture. Add some texture to it, a little bit of interest. Your cards can be interesting and simple all at the same time. You don't have to do 50 layers. Now remember, when you're making cards, save your scraps, put them with the solid paper that they are. This was cut out of a scrap. I did not use another sheet of paper. I used my scraps. So make sure that you keep those. Now, the first thing you're going to do, get your Tombow out, and we are going to adhere these together. So you just need a little bit of Tombow. A little bit goes a long way. I'll bring that down on my work surface. Now, we're going to get this even. Tombow is a little forgiving. It gives you a little bit of time to make sure that it's perfect and exactly the way you want it. The next thing we're going to apply Now see, this, I stamped on it. I didn't like it, so I just used it for this. So don't, you know, waste. Don't be afraid to keep some of your scraps. And I just keep them with that color that they match. So when I pick a paper up, I might have a scrap that I need because, and I stand up to put my cards together. So I just want to get that centered. Now, when you put something through the embossing folder, it does shrink up just a little bit, so the dimensions will be a little bit smaller. Now, I really felt like that it needed something else. So I got my corrugated folder out, and I just did this little inch strip of paper. This is definitely not necessary. If I had seafoam, soft seafoam ribbon, I probably would have used that, but I don't. You don't have to have ribbon. You can use paper to do some layering and some embellishing. You don't necessarily have to have ribbon. You don't have to have a lot of things to make simple, meaningful cards, guys. You just need to just use what you have. Improvise, which is I do a lot of. Okay, let that adhere. I think that just adds a little bit of interest to the card. It's not necessary. If you don't like it, feel free to take it off or not use that at all. I'm going to use my Stampin' dimensionals. And now I'm going to put it on like this. So I want the dimensionals at the top and the bottom. I kind of like several Stampin' dimensionals just myself. I like it to be even. I don't like it to sag in the middle when I put it on my card. Little odd about that, I know. So then you just take your back off. It's quick. I'm not sure how I got red paper on there. That must have picked it up off my craft desk. Okay, so we're just taking this off like this. Taking the backs off. Now, like I said, I always stand up when I'm putting my cards together. So we're just going to take this and I'm going to center the thank you in the strip of paper. Push it down. There you go. I love that. I love the mixing of the textures. It's very simple. And I am so glad you joined me for a few minutes today to learn how to make a thank you card. Don't forget to check out my website or my Facebook page. My Facebook page does have a shop button at the top. If you want to order, you can hit that. My Facebook page is Stampin' Away with Tracy. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you spending some time with me today.